Most people who apply to become a firefighter don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they're reasonable. They're motivated, they're fit, they genuinely want the job, and yet they still don't get in. And I want to explain why. Because once you truly understand this, the entire recruitment process will suddenly make a lot more sense. Here's the mistake almost every applicant makes. They treat firefighter recruitment like a normal job application. So they think, I'll study a bit, I'll prepare, I'll give it a good shot. Hey, look, if I don't get in, I'll just try again next year. And that sounds completely logical. It's also exactly why people spend 3, 6, or more years applying, because firefighter recruitment is not a job application. It's a selection process, and those are completely different things. See, most applicants prepare for the tests. Very few prepare for the competition, because you're not being assessed on, did you prepare? You're being assessed on, are you in the top few percent of candidates? I'll give you a real example that I see a lot. Somebody studies for the aptitude test and they pass it and they feel confident. And then they hit the interview, the group stage, the psych evaluation, and suddenly they realize they weren't competing against the test itself. They were competing against the other applicants who'd been preparing properly for 6 to 12 months, sometimes more. That's the moment most applicants understand the process. Unfortunately, it's also after they've already been eliminated. The biggest myth in firefighter recruitment is this: I'll just try once and see how I go. Here's what actually happens. Your first attempt becomes a learning experience. Your second attempt becomes a serious attempt. Your third attempt becomes a pressure attempt. And by then you're competing against people who understood this from day one. See, the process rewards preparation timing, not motivation. Motivation is common. Correct preparation is rare. The candidates who get in early, they don't just prepare harder, they prepare differently. So they're not focusing on, well, what's on the test. They focus on, what is the service actually selecting for? Because the service is not hiring someone who can pass an aptitude test. They're selecting someone who already behaves like a firefighter candidate before they're actually hired. Communication, decision-making, team awareness, composure under pressure. Those are trained skills, not traits you just suddenly show on the day. And this is why good applicants fail. Not because they lack the ability, because they misunderstand the standard. They prepare to pass stages instead of preparing to outperform other candidates. And that one difference determines whether somebody gets in on their first serious attempt or spends years repeating the process. If you are someone who's applying soon, the most important question is not, am I good enough? It's, am I preparing at the level the successful candidates are preparing at? Because once you understand that, your preparation will change immediately, and so do your chances.